So in this presentation, I will be mainly discussing about some basic aspects of taxonomy. See, taxonomy is a branch of biological sciences that deals with naming, characterization, and classification of organisms. Here, I would be mainly talking about animal taxonomy. See, on this planet, on our Earth planet, we have a very large number of animal diversity. We have more than 1 million species of animals recorded so far, and we believe that a large number of animals might have gone extinct in the long course of evolution. See here, the estimate of number of animal species of different major groups are given in this slide, where protozoans, their number could be even more than 60,000. Sponges, they are nearly 10,000 species. Cnidarians and ctenophores, nearly 11,000 species are there. Platyhelminths, nearly 20,000 species are reported so far. Annelids also form the same number. Mollusks, they are second largest group of animals. Nearly 88,000 species of mollusks have been reported so far. More than 1 million species of arthropods, in which the major number is of insects that is reported. Echinoderms, nearly 7,000 species of marine animals like echinoderms are reported. Chordates, their number could be around 75,000, which gets divided into protochordates. Their number would be more than 2,000. Then fishes, there are nearly 35,000 living species of fishes. Amphibians, nearly 8,000 species. Reptiles, 11,000. Birds, 11,000. And mammals, 6,500. So there is a huge number of animal species. And if you want to uh, divide them into different taxonomic categories, then we will have to be aware about their specific features, because based on features the classification could be done. So some of the basic things which is required to be known by every biology person, uh, that I'm going to tell here. There are two terms, systematics and taxonomy, and these two terms have distinct meaning. Systematics is a term which is used in broader sense. This systematics is the science of the diversity of organism. Actually, it deals with taxonomy as well as with the phylogenetic aspects of the organism. So, if you find an organism or an animal species, you have to name it, you have to characterize it, you have to put it into different taxonomic categories. That comes under taxonomy. But when you study its phylogenetic aspects or its affinities with other group of organisms, that forms the aspect of systematics. So systematics is a very broad term that includes taxonomy as well as evolutionary aspects. But taxonomy is a term which means that arrangement of animals, are actually taxis means arrangement, nomos means law, that is law of arrangement, how you will arrange an organism into its different groups or taxa. That forms the branch of taxonomy. So the field of biology that deals with the theory and practice of classification of organism, that comes under taxonomy. And this taxonomy term was first proposed by de Candolle in 1813. It is the science of biological classification. Taxonomy is actually the science of biological classification, and it consists of three major interrelated aspects. The first one is naming, that is nomenclature. You have to first name the animal or plant, whatever organism is there, that you have to name first. Then you will be observing its different characters, that is identification of the organism, which involve process of determining a particular isolate belonging to a recognized taxon, and then classification, that is arranging the organism into taxonomic categories based on its mutual similarity or evolutionary relatedness. So these are the meaning of taxonomy. Then this taxonomy is categorized into three different levels. The first one is alpha taxonomy that deals with characterization and naming of species. Okay, so if you characterize the organism and you name it, that comes under alpha taxonomy. The second term is beta taxonomy that deals with arrangement of species into natural system of lower and higher taxa. That is when you classify the organism into its kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, and species, then that comes as that is dealt as beta taxonomy. And the third term is gamma taxonomy, which deals with various biological aspects of taxa, ranging from study of intraspecific populations to studies of speciation and evolutionary rates and trend. That is, studying phylogenetic aspect of that organism comes under gamma taxonomy. As I told you, that taxonomy deals with naming. Naming means nomenclature. This pattern of nomenclature was first proposed by Carolus Linnaeus. He actually gave binomial nomenclature system in 1753, and he wrote this aspect in the book Species Plantarum. This was the book in which he actually proposed the binomial pattern of nomenclature. He gave the term binomial nomenclature, that is, binary are two names, that is, genus and species. These are two actually separate names should be given to the organism. But we use the term binomial nomenclature, that is, we means animal biologists, we use the term binomial nomenclature. Okay, and for example, if we have to name Drosophila, we name it as Drosophila melanogaster, where Drosophila is the generic name and melanogaster is the species name. Then we write the person who first described this species. He was Mason and he described this species in 1830. So such description should be there. You have to name the animal species by its genus and species name. Then you should write the person who first described it and the year when it was first reported. Another pattern of nomenclature is trinominal nomenclature. That is, sometimes you have to use subspecies name also, because a species may be represented by more than one forms, geographical forms. Okay, so such forms are actually subspecies. And if you are giving genus, species as well as subspecies name, then it is called as trinominal nomenclature. So trinominal nomenclature is applied for the species represented by subspecies. Like we ourselves are called as Homo sapiens sapiens. We humans are named as Homo sapiens sapiens. There is a species Drosophila melorcartliana, and its certain subspecies are there, like one is melorcartliana. So it is named as Drosophila melorcartliana, that possesses black abdomen. Another form of it is Drosophila melorcartliana pallens, which is yellow form of melorcartliana. That is, its abdomen will be yellow in color. Now, sometimes we give genus as well as species, both names as same. Like we use the term gorilla, gorilla, or Naza, Naza. This is the name of a snake species. Rattus, Rattus, a mammalian species. Rattus, Rattus. So when genus and species, both names are same, then that is known as tautonymy. Tautonymy, that is same name for genus and species, is allowed for animal kingdom. That is, if you have to name an animal, you can give same name to the genus as well as species. But this kind of uh, pattern of nomenclature is not allowed for botany persons. That is, those who work in the area of plant biology, they don't use tautonymy. There is a term synonyms. Synonyms means different names for the same species, like Drosophila byrampis and Drosophila rajashekari. These are two names for a single species. Actually, the real species is Drosophila byrampis, but some people name it as Drosophila rajashekari, which is actually the synonym of the first one. Okay, so one should actually consider a single one as the real species. Drosophila byrampis, it was since reported for the first time and named as um, byrampis. So this is the actual species. Now this one is synonym. Likewise, there is a term homonyms, that is identical names for two different species. There are two separate species, but they are unfortunately named by same genus and species name. Like Noctua variegata, it is an insect species, and Noctua variegata is also the name of a bird species. So the senior homonym is actually accepted. That is that one which was named first, that is accepted, and sometimes to avoid any confusion, separate names are given to those organisms. Now there is a particular organization known as ICZN, that is International Code for Geological Nomenclature. This organization sits time to time and decides certain modalities, certain rule and regulation in the field of taxonomy. So it is a scientific body that governs nomenclature and taxonomy related aspects of animals. And the objective of this organization, the objective of this code is to promote stability and universality in the scientific names of animals and to ensure that each name is unique and distinct. So these are some of the important points which I thought I must convey to the young persons uh, who are willing to understand what is taxonomy and what is the significance of this field of biology.